What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Friday. We're super excited and pumped for this episode today, especially the interview segment. We got the one and only Adam Irigoyen coming on the show to talk about Away, a new hot Netflix series
I got to
now.
tell you, binge watched the whole thing in like a day and a half.
Yeah.
Fantastic series, and his character is just phenomenal in it. You guys are really going to love this interview.
Yeah, I'm super excited, especially for the up-and-comers. I mean, this guy basically grew up in the entertainment industry.
For sure.
So, I mean, it's going to be definitely a whole bunch of advice being passed along to the up-and-comers, and just can't wait. Can't wait, man. But that's later on in the show. Now, let's get a little crazy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy moly, we're on episode 130.
Yes, just 20 away from the big 150.
Dude, insane.
It's going so fast.
I know.
It seems like yesterday was the big 100th.
Exactly.
So crazy.
Exactly. Well, you know your host with the most, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, and the one and only Mouth.
What's up?
And before we do anything else, I'm sure a lot of people saw, we've been promoting it, we've been posting about it, we did a nice Instagram live yesterday about it. We are doing an end of the summer contest, guys. Oh my goodness. Everybody knows this podcast is to help up and coming actors or industry professionals try to break into the entertainment industry. We try to be the one-stop shop for information, just everything about that's going down in Hollywood.
Definitely.
And so the end of the summer contest is going to be a 1-hour conversation with a casting director, our buddy Jeremy Gordon.
Yes, I mean, one of Hollywood's most successful casting directors. He has worked on so many projects over his extended career. And a 1-hour, one-on-one Zoom session with him. Like, guys, this is so awesome and so invaluable. He's doing all these amazing live Instagrams, and he does these Zoom meeting type get together stuff. But there's always a lot of people. You know, this is literally a one-on-one, just you if you win the contest, and Jeremy Gordon.
Yeah, man.
For an hour. With whatever you want to talk about with him. I mean, woo!
Just imagine the knowledge. It'd be like taking a fucking class. Like,
exactly.
Take your notes down. Like, it's going to be huge, man. But for you to get this chance to win, there's 5 accounts that you need to follow. You need to follow the Crazy Ant Media account, the ItCaf podcast account, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, the one and only Jeremy Gordon, and, of course, the mouth over here, Crazy Ant Guy 1970.
Yes.
And then once you do all of that, be sure to comment under a promotional post that we post about the contest to let us know and that you are entered. So it's that easy, guys. It's that easy.
And if you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram because you got to follow all 5 of those accounts on Instagram. We see you guys following on Twitter, too. You can follow us on Twitter, of course, also. But to be entered into the contest, you have to do it on Instagram.
Yes.
So, I'm excited and good luck to all of y'all out there because it's hard to get in the room.
Yeah.
So to have an opportunity to, if you will, get in the room via Zoom.
Exactly.
With a one-on-one with Hollywood's, most successful casting director, I mean, you got to do it.
Got to be in the room where it happens.
That's
the room where it happens. Oh,
That's
man.
Right.
But, I mean, we got so much to talk about on the big 130 today. I mean, we got Disney, a whole bunch of Disney stuff, bro.
Lots of Marvel.
Then on the flip side of that, we got some DC. A lot of DC stuff. I know people are going to be excited. Batman coming back. Back. I mean, we know COVID has fucked a whole lot of shit up.
And what is the fate for the animated Harley Quinn?
Right.
We will tell you. We have some news. We'll let you know. Will you be happy or sad? We'll let you know.
So super excited, man.
Yes.
So super excited. But, before we get this thing started, we got to plug our merchandise website, crazyantmedia.com. Be sure to head over there and click on the merchandise tab. Start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. Oh, man, it's been a busy week for our merchandise. A lot of people have been buying that up, so we cannot thank you guys enough. New designs coming soon, so just super excited about that. And like I said, thanks to everybody who has purchased a Crazy Ant Media gear item. Y'all are freaking fantastic.
Yes, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, yeah. Let's get started with Disney. Everybody knows we love the Mouse House.
Yes.
I mean, that is who we aspire to be. So, of course, in honor of that, we start with Disney.
Yes.
Super exciting. WandaVision is back in production.
Yes, and finished. Apparently, they put the little touches on it, and it's in post production. And here's the exciting news: they officially announced it will debut on Disney Plus this year.
Yes.
Remember, there's been will it not? December, guys. No official December date yet, but officially announced that it will debut in December on Disney Plus. So we will finally get a Marvel
goodness.
Studios television show
Yes.
on Disney Plus. Oh, so excited.
I
so
know.
excited.
I'm pumped for that one because I mean, what are we at now? Like phase
Phase 4? Yeah.
So I mean, the TV shows are supposed to be a huge part of this phase. So
Especially WandaVision, because
Yeah.
she's co-starring with Benedict Cumberbatch
Yeah.
as a lead in Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
And WandaVision is introducing a shit ton of characters that will be pushed into the movie side of the MCU after their debut on WandaVision,
Yeah.
including Wanda's and Vision's kids,
Oh,
who
snap.
may or may not join some other interesting characters to be debuted in Ant-Man 3, which we'll talk about in a little bit, to form the Young Avengers.
Yes.
So crucial that WandaVision was finally going to hit. So
Exactly. And other ones at Marvel being put back into production, Falcon and the Winter Soldier
Yes.
back rolling its cameras again, thank goodness. And Loki is about to start being pushed into production as well.
yeah,
So pumped
so
about
excited.
it.
Have you seen the behind-the-scenes videos of Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh, no.
Oh, man, they've got some stuff with U.S. Agent, the replacement for Cap, wielding the shield and getting into a throwdown, and oh my God, it looks epic.
That's epic.
He's going to be a badass bad guy.
Yeah.
But we know he's a bad guy because, Sam takes the shield. So, but yeah, looks badass. I'm super
Boom.
excited.
I mean, another casting announcements happening over at Disney Plus / Marvel. They have finally found their She-Hulk.
Yes, Tatiana Maslany.
Yes.
What? I mean, okay. First of all, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No.
Right? I mean,
For sure.
unexpected choice, but I think it's a good one. She's got a huge following. They're going younger, obviously. Sorry, Angie Harmon, I was really pulling for you,
Right.
but I think we're going younger. But she's got Orphan Black, the BBC hit series Orphan Black. She's a star of that and has been for years. So she's got a huge following there. She was on the new Perry Mason, so she's got that going for her and that kind of a following. And I think with everybody that they announced, because they also announced who the showrunner was going to be and who the director of the first episode was going to be, it's all from Rick and Morty, by the way. So they're clearly taking a little comedic route with it, and I think we had talked about this off air, but we think it's because of the success of Smart Hulk and the kind of comedic nature of Smart Hulk and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
They saw that shit works and that the fans like that, so I feel like that's the direction they're going to go with She-Hulk. Okay, I'm a comic geek. So for anybody who doesn't know, She-Hulk is Jennifer Walters. She's a lawyer. She's Bruce's cousin, okay? And in the comic books, I don't know how they're going to do it on the show, but in the comic books, she gets in a pretty serious accident and her life is in danger, and Bruce has to give her an emergency blood transfusion, hence the gamma blood that turns her into She-Hulk.
Right.
But unlike Bruce, she does turn into She-Hulk, but at first she can control it back and forth whenever she wants to. But then when she decides to permanently just stay as She-Hulk because she likes being She-Hulk, at no point does she ever lose control. She is Jennifer Walters the whole time, just as She-Hulk. So, Smart Hulk, but a female.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be badass. And rumor has it, of course, that Mark Ruffalo is supposed to be in the series. He is supposed to make...
Epic.
I guess you would need him in order to turn her into
yeah.
She-Hulk. But like I said, set to do, Kat Corio is attached to direct the show's pilot and probably going to direct more episodes. And Jessica Gallo, who won the Emmy for her work on Rick and Morty, she's going to lead the writer's room and be the showrunner. So I'm excited as hell for this.
Yeah, super freaking excited, man. Especially, I wonder how they're going to start it off. Is it going to be post after she already got the blood transfusion, or is it going to be, right before, kind of like an origin story a little bit? But I'm super excited about the more comedic route. Like you said, the success of Thor Ragnarok and Smart Hulk in Endgame, he was the comedic relief by far.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I mean, in a very serious tone Marvel movie. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited, like I said at the top, just about Marvel shows finally able to compete with the Arrowverse.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going to be epic.
Yeah.
It's going to be epic. And the rumor has it there's a bunch of other little female Marvel characters that are going to be appearing on that show as well. So so many possibilities that they're setting up with these shows, guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
I know.
That's all the good news
Yeah.
for Marvel. That's all the good news for Marvel.
Yeah.
There was some bad news.
It's super sad, man. It's super sad. It seems like, though, that Disney and Warner Brothers, they kind of watch each other. Though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They watch
Yeah.
each other, like, especially when it comes to the theatrical release dates. I mean, if anybody has noticed, like, if somebody says something about Black Widow, there's some news that also comes out about Wonder Woman 1984, and vice versa. And we announced a couple weeks ago, or was it last week, that we announced that Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be pushed back again.
Yeah, till Christmas.
Yeah, so now Black Widow is also going to be pushed back. They're still searching for, like, that window, and it's super. Tenet was the testing ground.
It
So
was.
They were seeing how that was going to do, how that was going to perform. We know the high market value places are not open back up, like Los Angeles, New York, and a
Exactly.
whole bunch of other places like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know where they're thinking about putting it. I saw a rumor saying a little bit later in November because it was for early November.
6th, right?
Yeah, maybe early or later November, maybe early December. I don't know, man. But
It
it's
won't go up
scary.
against Wonder Woman, so I don't think December. I think late November would be a smarter move.
Yeah.
You don't want to open those two against each
No.
other. That would be a disaster for Warner and Marvel.
Both
so.
of them. Yeah, they
Yeah.
would lose money. Like,
Yeah, so I don't know. They did confirm, though, that it is in direct response to Warner Brothers pushing Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers confirmed that they pushed Wonder Woman in direct response to Tenet underperforming at the
Yeah.
box office. So there you go, guys. I mean, the one thing that I saw, though, is if they do indeed move Black Widow to the end of November, there will be no blockbuster big budget movies between now and the end of the year coming out.
Yeah.
None. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
I know.
And then the big question is, like we were talking about, Eternals and Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, and Doctor Strange 2, all these Phase 4 movies, were all dependent upon what happens in the series on Disney+.
Right.
Plus. So if they push back Black Widow, which was supposed to take place before the stuff in the
Yeah.
series, and now we know the series is going to happen before Black Widow, how is that going to affect it? Likely we'll have to push all of the Phase 4 movies back.
Yeah.
If they push Black Widow back. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
And it's really going to be interesting because from what I've always taken from how they've promoted Black Widow and how it's all been put out there, it's kind of like a standalone. Of course, we're going back to kind of her backstory and how she got invited into S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this stuff. So it's really going to be interesting if this story coexists, or not coexists, but aligns with these other future Marvel projects. That's my thing.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Because she apparently slipped in an interview.
Oh, no.
And said that her fate was not decided in Endgame.
Oh.
And that she would be involved in the MCU moving
Yeah.
forward. And then quickly was like, fuck, I wasn't supposed to say that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think she immediately oh shit, Feige's coming with the black car now. But so who knows what that means?
Right.
Did she die? Did she not? The theory that we had is that she replaced Gamora, with
Yeah.
Soul Stone. So does somebody replace her and she comes back? Who knows,
Yeah.
man? Marvel knows. Kevin Feige
Yeah,
knows.
Kevin Feige knows.
Kevin Feige knows.
He's the only one. He's the only one.
But we do know this next story, and this could be an explanation for Black Widow not being out of the MCU. Okay? Marvel Studios has cast Jonathan Majors from Lovecraft Country as Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, man.
In Ant-Man 3. He's going to be in Ant-Man 3. Now, why I said that is very specific. Kang the Conqueror, he's a time master, man. He's a time traveler. He fucks with time all. So, will he do something? Will he alter time? Will Black Widow be brought back for something to do with Kang? Could that be the theory? But the bigger news is, anybody who's a comic book geek like myself, Kang the Conqueror, he throws down with, yes, the Fantastic Four. And, as we hinted earlier, the Young Avengers. Two groups that he throws down with on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
So the fact that Kang has been cast all but screams the Fantastic Four and the Young Avengers are coming. More so, I think, first, the Young Avengers, because as we know, he's being introduced in Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
Cassie Lang
is a part of that.
She's a Young Avenger, guys. If anybody who reads the comic books, Ant-Man's daughter, she becomes a Young Avenger. So I'm guessing they're totally setting up the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So epic.
I know. I was super pumped, man. Super freaking pumped. And what's crazy is this is going to be the 5th appearance as Paul Rudd's Scott Lang.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people forget that he did that little cameo in Civil War at
Yeah.
the end with Falcon and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 5. I love him. Personally, I love him. I just think he's a fantastic Ant-Man. I'm excited to see where him and Wasp's story goes from there and, like, all of that. I'm pumped.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Something else I'm truly happy about, I'm pumped about, is ABC finally announcing that their scripted drama series are coming. They're finally coming. They announced the premiere dates. It's going to be The Good Doctor will return on 11/2. The Station 19 will return on 11/12 as part of a crossover with Grey's Anatomy, which will premiere a 2-hour episode on the same night. And For Life will return. We'd all know that one. 50 Cents for Life for season 2. 11/18 and A Million Little Things will return 11/19. That was a huge show.
Oh, yeah, huge. Jason Ritter hopefully makes a comeback on that show. I'm just saying, putting that out there. Now, you'll notice one show that was not on that list, and you're probably wondering why, because it was renewed. Stumptown, Colby Smulders, speaking of Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yeah.
Well, For Life is taking its spot. Why? Because ABC has decided to reverse course on that renewal and apparently is now canceling Stumptown. They're blaming the timing and scheduling delays on COVID as the reason that they're canceling it, but I mean, those were the same scheduling and delay problems they had when they announced the renewal of it.
Exactly.
So I call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
But the showrunners are shopping it around apparently to other places. Hopefully they have more success than the Whiskey Cavalier people did.
Right.
But I liked the show. I like Colby Smolder, so I'm hoping it works out. But if you were wondering, I'm not unhappy that For Life replaced it, though.
Yeah.
Because I love For Life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with that. But I'm just saying, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's super crazy. I mean, ABC does this, like we said, with
They do.
Whiskey Cavalier. They do this sometimes. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this one sees the light of day again, because, I mean, there's a lot of good series out there that just never do. And
It's
it sucks.
true.
It really
and
sucks.
Netflix can't pick up all of them.
All of them,
They
yeah.
can't save all of them, okay? All right.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. But other exciting news, especially when it comes to ABC's signature, Grey's Anatomy showrunner Krista Vernoff has landed a series pickup for Rebel, the drama inspired by the life of Aaron Brockovich,
Yes.
with Katie Siegel set to play the legal advocate. The series is expected to air 2021. This is super excited because it shows, like, you have to play the game. You have to get your feet wet in somebody else's series first, have your own creative stuff in the background going on, and then pitch it, and hopefully it gets picked up.
Absolutely. I mean, she's been the showrunner on Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 for
Forever,
years
yeah.
now. You know, came up underneath Shonda and everything. She did a little article that I saw at the beginning of the week, though, inspiring other writers. She said, look, guys, I've been writing pilots and scripts for 17 years.
Exactly.
This is the first one of mine to get picked up.
Exactly.
So keep going, keep doing it. So here's a woman who's been wildly successful, showrunner on these huge shows, but this is the first time in 17 years that one of her projects has been picked up.
Yeah.
So she will continue to showrun, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Grey's
she's not going
Anatomy and
anywhere.
Station 19. So she'll have 3 on the network, which is
Crazy.
why she has a long-term deal with them.
Exactly. Turning into her own Shonda, man.
Yes, seriously.
Super exciting. But we all know that ABC Signature,
Yes.
likes their people, especially their on-screen people who turn into being behind-the-scenes people. Blackish star Tracy Ellis Ross has signed an overall deal with ABC. Ross will house her company Joy Mill Entertainment. Disney's television studios unit will develop and produce content for all platforms under the multi-year deal.
Yes.
So, I mean, you guys know, we talk about it all the time. It's going to be scripted, non-scripted, anything and everything, basically. So,
It's true. It's true. I didn't know she co-created Mixed-ish.
nor did I.
Yeah, she was a co-creator on that, and apparently narrates that one, or so she's kicking it. Man.
Yeah.
By the way, how many shows is Blackish gonna spawn?
I know, right?
Because I mean, it is literally become like ABC's go-to cash cow to spawn off new shows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Exactly. It's all about diversity, man.
Yes.
It really is. Now, heading over to the Bunny Warner Media. We're super excited that the Batman is back after Robbie P. did his life's little quarantine.
Yes.
So they're back on set. Super excited. It still says this film is set to premiere in theaters October 1st, 2021. So
Yeah.
hopefully that doesn't move a lot, because we talked about a week or two ago that they have a lot more to do. They still have a lot of shit.
They do. So hopefully they stay on schedule. And then the question now becomes, though, is like these films that are lucky enough to stay on schedule and finish production on time, and say they're done and they could hit their premiere date.
Yeah.
Will their premiere date still possibly move because of shifts in other movies?
Yeah,
that are, I
exactly.
mean, you never know now, right? So
Yeah, it's
hopefully.
just, everything's up in the air, man. Everything's.
I'm
up
just
in the
thrilled it's back filming because that trailer just got me excited
So
from the
good.
second I saw it, and I'm just like, I gotta see this movie. I gotta see
Right,
this movie.
so damn good, man. But this one you called like from
Oh.
a mile away. Like Warner Media has officially announced that it's moving forward. It's going to take all of those epic shows that were on DC Universe and just move them on over to HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just going to basically be DC Universe will basically just be the comic book stuff.
Yep.
And I mean, makes sense. It really does make sense. I mean, HBO Max is a huge platform right now. For example, I don't have enough storage on my phone to download the app, so I have to watch it through my Xbox. But I mean, there's so much content on there, and they're putting even more great content on there. So I'm super pumped.
Exactly, and here's all new DC shows.
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna go from now on, guys.
Exactly.
So anytime we announce a new DC show, expect it HBO Max.
Yeah.
All the classic shows that were on DC Universe go into HBO Max. Basically, the only thing that's not is the Arrowverse because
Yeah.
it's so established on the CW. But everything else going there. So that includes Titans. Season 3 will premiere on HBO Max, but they are moving the first 2 seasons over there. All 4 seasons of Young Justice, all the seasons of Doom Patrol, the first season of Stargirl, which just wrapped up, is going there. And I know what you're thinking. Why aren't they talking about it? Why aren't they saying it? Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Good news, guys. We've all been fighting for it. Harley's been fighting for it. It's renewed.
Thank goodness.
HBO officially renewed it for a 3rd season. And it is going to be now, moving forward, an HBO Max original.
That's right.
I mean, it was crazy to begin with on DC Universe. I can only imagine now that it's going to be on HBO Max.
Right.
How more crazy it's going to get.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
I
And
mean-
like J-Lo said at the top, DC Universe now will be DC Universe Infinite. Ooh. And will strictly be comic books.
Yeah.
And that's going to... Yeah, here's the crazy thing. You're still going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Unless it's a couple bucks a month.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
I feel like max $5. I mean, what is it right now? Like almost 10?
Yeah, I think it's like $8, something
yeah,
like that.
I mean,
but-
I think they definitely need to knock that price down.
Yeah,
If
I
they
canceled
wanna-
mine already. I knew it was going to HBO
Yeah.
Max. So as soon as Doom Patrol ended, I was like, cancel. I'm getting HBO Max. It's done.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But other exciting things, Genevieve?
Genevieve.
Genevieve. I was close.
You
I
were.
was close. Padalecki, Miss Padalecki, we
Yes.
should say. We all know that they starred opposite of each other in Supernatural.
They did.
Well, now they're going to be starring opposite of her on his new CW show, Walker.
And she's playing, wait for it,
Wait for
his
it.
wife.
Of course.
Makes sense. Now, here's the tricky part. His wife is dead in the series.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's
Is this like Supernatural? Like, what
Right,
the fuck
exactly.
is going on? I don't know. But it says the reboot will, just like the original series, Walker, Texas Ranger, it's going to explore morality, family, and rediscovering their lost common ground. Centers on Cordell Walker, a widower. See, there you go.
Yeah, boom.
And a father of his father of 2 with his own moral code, returns to Austin to become a Texas Ranger. And he will attempt to reconnect with his children, navigate clashes with conservative family, find an unexpected common ground with his new partner, Mickey, who's one of the first women in Texas Rangers history, and growing increasingly suspicious about the circumstances surrounding his wife's death.
Interesting.
Yeah, will her, because it said a thick recurring role, like an
Right.
extensive. Will it be her in flashbacks, or will it be one of those things like where he sees her and she's talking to
Yeah.
him, like kind of guiding him about what happened to her, kind of thing? I don't know. Because remember Walker, Texas Ranger, he was all in touch with his Indian,
Yeah.
spiritual
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
stuff. Is that what it's going to be? Like she's going to be like a spiritual guide, guiding him to the murderer? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's super interesting, man. It's super interesting. But I always love when like married couples work together. together,
Yeah,
especially when they
yeah.
have like such good chemistry like these two on screen. So I think it's going to be really cool.
It is going to be really cool.
Yeah. Other interesting things happening at HBO. They're developing Thirst, a drama that follows a brilliant but cocky Atlanta rapper who thinks he has found his way to stardom when he links up to the hottest hip hop groups around town. But this hip hop group is hiding a terrifying secret.
Oh.
This is interesting, guys, because the super hot hip hop group is also vampires.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh.
like rap mixed with like fucking Vampire Diaries. Like this is where we're at. This is where we're at.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think, but I know it's awesome because more and more things are happening over at Macro. This is
Yeah.
a Macro series.
It is, and I mean they are pushing out everything, man. So good for them. I think it's going to be. It's going to be what creative director, former VH1 creative director Kevin Jordan is the guy behind it with Macro. So at least you can tell it's going to be heavy music.
Yeah.
So
A21 better watch out, man. I mean, they're considered the king of the indie films, I feel like, but I mean, Macro.
Macro is dominating like indie television. For anybody who doesn't know, Macro was behind Raising Dion.
Yeah.
On Netflix. So they're killing it, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
I mean, freaking signing deals left and right. It's super crazy.
Vampire rappers.
Yeah,
I swear I've seen a
vampire
couple.
rappers.
I think I've seen a couple in Atlanta the last time I was there.
Exactly. I mean, exactly.
They might really exist.
They
I
walk
don't
the
know.
streets at night
It's true.
searching for blood. Super crazy, guys. Super crazy. Oh, my goodness. We've been talking about it the past couple weeks. Now heading over to Viacom CBS, not CBS Viacom. And we've been talking about it. They're going to rebrand CBS All Access. And they announced the name Paramount Plus.
See, again, this
I
is something that
know.
we called. We knew it was going to be Plus. We just didn't know what Plus
Yeah.
it would be. But there it is, Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's going to be rebranded in early 2021. Leading the rebrand, Viacom CBS has been filling up CBS All Access with additional programming from its portfolio of networks, including like BET, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, and plans to put over more than 30,000 more television episodes and movies onto the streamer before it gets rebranded.
Yeah, that is insane.
I know.
I mean, but they said that Paramount has over 100-year legacy, which is why they chose the name. Apparently, Paramount Plus is the name they've been using for CBS All Access overseas. So who knew, right?
Yeah.
But there it is. They are going to do some more original programming too, a mix of scripted, unscripted, and kids series. This one I'm excited about because one of the ones in the works is The Offer, and it's a 10-episode scripted limited series about The Godfather.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
That's
what?
cool.
Oh, yeah. And you guys recently saw that they put all 3 of The Godfathers up on CBS All Access.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Super pumped, man. Super pumped. But I wish they would have been original, like Paramount All Access. As easy as that. As easy as that.
Just not Plus. I'm
Exactly.
telling you, Disney is laughing every time somebody uses Plus.
Exactly.
They were the first out the gate with it, and it seems like everybody has been
Yeah.
copying them. So,
Exactly. Even though we bash Peacock a lot, at least they're original. And HBO
Right?
Max.
Right?
At least
There
they
you
were
go.
original.
That's true.
Super
That's
freaking crazy.
really good point.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't Warner Brother Plus.
Right.
Right? I mean, but Peacock.
I know.
A for originality, F for name.
I know.
It's just a horrible name.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's super rough. We'll be talking about the Peacock a little later on,
Yes.
but stay tuned for that. Bryan Cranston, everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. I'm watching How I Met Your Mother right now, and I didn't even know he was on there.
Yeah,
It's super
yeah.
fucking funny. But he will be starring in a Showtime limited series, Your Honor, making his first major league comeback since Breaking Bad, which ended in 2013.
Yeah.
So super excited about that. He's gonna play a judge in New Orleans. I love when they set things in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
A respected judge whose teenage son Adam is involved in a hit and run and forced to cover up the crime in order to protect his son. Brian's character there, Michael, finds himself in a high-stake game of lies, impossible choices, and just so much other crazy shit. And when it's revealed the person's son, or the kid that was killed in the hit and run, is fucking like the head of a high crime family.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, I think this is going to be great. Set in New Orleans, like you said, he's a high-powered judge, which means probably the fact that he's covering up this hit and run corrupt.
Yeah. Exactly.
Corrupt judges in New Orleans, huh?
Oh,
What?
shit,
No.
no.
So based on a real story. No.
Yeah, right.
But Cranston as a corrupt New Orleans judge, I mean, going head to head with the mob, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be a hit. No
I
doubt
mean,
about
he's
it.
such a good actor.
He really is.
He is really like William Dafoe, or fucking like, I don't know, just so many. He's up there, man. He's like one of the best. I
mean,
think.
and the range is incredible. You watch Breaking Bad and then you watch Trumbo.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, just incredible.
Yeah, or that one he did with Kevin Hart.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness. So many good ones, man. So many good ones. This next one's pretty interesting because we all know that we have a lot of South Park fans out there. And I mean, of course, they got to tackle the coronavirus. They got to tackle the pandemic. So Comedy Central has set an one-night, hour-long pandemic special that's going to tackle a whole bunch of issues about 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's not one, there's many.
Oh, yeah. You know it couldn't just be COVID. They're just going to fill this thing with all kinds of shit.
Exactly. I mean, I know everybody's been saying fuck 2020 for the longest, so
That's
it's
right.
fine. In the special, Randy comes to term, Stan's dad, Randy comes to term with his role in COVID-19's outbreak, and as the ongoing pandemic presents continues challenges to the citizens of South Park, the kids happily head back to school, but nothing resembles the normal that they once knew. Not their teachers, not their homeroom, not even Eric Cartman. The special will air September 30th at 8 p.m., so be sure to check that out.
It's interesting. I heard a rumor, too, when they were asked why they were going to do this. They said that that's what Brian Boitano would do. All right.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so
you know
what? We're fans of South Park. If you don't get that joke, man, just move on.
Right? Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, this next one's pretty awesome because Sandra Oh has an amazing voice.
She does.
It's only right that she's going to be cast in an animated film, The Tiger's Apprentice, along with Michelle Yeoh.
Yo. Yeah. Oh and yo.
Oh and yo. Oh yo.
Oh yo.
They joined the previously announced cast, Henry Golding, Brandon Soho, and Bowen Yang, and Shiria Kola, and so many more. The film tells a story of a boy in San Francisco who meets a shape-shifting talking tiger named Mr. Who, or How.
Who? Yeah, Mr. Who.
Who, how. And under his protection, they're going to be under his protection introduced into a magical world that includes ancient phoenix, a dragon, and a clan of evildoers. Oh, shit.
All that sounds good.
Right?
Oh, my gosh. That's an amazing cast, by the way. I mean, come on now. Henry Golding, by the way, if anybody missed it last night, the live reading of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. Henry was in that, and if you can find it online somewhere, Shia LaBeouf as Spicoli is worth every second of it. And my favorite was Brad and Jennifer. They do the classic masturbating.
Yeah.
They're those two.
Yeah.
And oh my God, they were so red.
Yeah.
They were so red in the face. You could tell just there's still something there. It was so funny. I know it's totally off the subject, but oh my God, if you can find it, watch it. Watch it. Henry Golding.
Yeah, you know.
That's right.
That's
Back to Oyo.
Yeah, but yeah, super excited about that one. A lot of good things happening over at CBS Viacom.
Yes.
Viacom CBS. Had to do it once.
You are rebranding it, and it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Other crazy things happening in the entertainment industry. SNL trying to get back to its normal routine.
Yes.
And I mean, they announced that Jim Carrey is going to play Joe Biden. Like, that's perfect.
It's gonna be amazing. I mean, I can already see him with the slicked white back hair.
Yeah.
And like just that face, man. You know that's why they did it, because Joe's got this very stoic face now, and Carrie is just a master at manipulating that face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It's going to be great. I don't even know what to say.
I know, right?
Picturing it in my head, it's going to be awesome.
I'm super pumped. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait until they release a date about this thing and Alex Baldwin's coming back to play Trump. So you already know.
Oh my! Jim Carrey and Alec Baldwin as Biden and Trump.
Yeah.
What?
That's gonna be great.
My gosh! And then Maya Rudolph coming back to play Kamala.
Yeah.
I just no. It can't get here quick enough.
I know, right?
This shit is going to be funny as shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I mean, of course. Anytime and every time that that a former guest on the podcast has some breakout news.
Yes.
The week we have to announce it. Adrian Ray, you guys know her. She is set to join NBC's Chicago Fire.
Yes.
As a series regular for the upcoming 9th season. That's crazy.
It's going to be awesome. Our favorite Vagrant Queen, remember? Sci-Fi canceled, but she moves on.
Yeah, man.
So when we first saw the story, we literally jumped off chairs.
Yeah, right? Jumped off chairs,
That's
jumped
right.
into the camera.
That's right.
All the good stuff. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to her
Yeah.
interview. It's so damn good, man. So
I
damn
always
good.
love their character descriptions, too.
Yeah.
But, she's going to play Gianna McKay, a lovable troublemaker with a twinkle in her eye who is charming, scrappy, fun, witty, and good-natured. But she's no pushover. She's tough and quick to defend the defenseless, isn't afraid of a little chaos, and rolls with the punches while approaching everything with a bit of humor.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
well, wow.
Right?
So, okay. If anybody can pull that off, it's Adrian. She's going to be
yeah.
awesome. She's going to be awesome.
For sure, for sure. Oh, this next thing. Oh my goodness, who even knew? Who even knew?
I'm excited about this. Though.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm an
Oh,
80s guy,
yeah.
man. Of course I am.
Yeah, over the top, but all right. Madonna has teamed up with screenwriter Diablo Cody and producer Amy Pascal in a Universal biopic of herself.
Yes.
And she is co-writing the script and will direct the project.
Yes.
That's super terrifying to me.
I mean, that's going to be a lot of pressure on whoever she picks
Yeah.
to play her because... And, man, like this, I'm going to just go and predict that this is going to have a hard time getting the R rating.
Oh, yeah.
Because to get it down to the R rating from
Yeah.
X or NC-17 is going to... I mean, guys, this is Madonna.
Yeah.
Her life, not clean.
No, not at all.
not at all. It's going to be really... But, I mean, I'm excited because she's co-writing it with Diablo Cody, and if you guys recognize that name, you should. She was the Oscar-winning screenwriter for Juno.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't be surprised if we get some news on this thing once it goes into production that there was turmoil on set. I'm just saying. I'm expecting that shit.
she's a really good filmmaker, though, from what I understand. Everybody who's worked with her in the past has said she is a solid filmmaker. So, I don't know.
Hopefully I'm wrong. But that's not the way I would sit down. Okay. All right.
One rumor that I'm excited about, though, if true, it's just a rumor at this point, but they say potentially they're going after Jennifer from Ozark to play her.
Yeah,
So
that would make sense.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I think she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And she'd be good.
So good, man. So good. Oh, I mean, J-Lo. Not me, J-Lo.
No, not you.
Other J-Lo. The one who, the female J-Lo. I should just say that. She has made a huge resurgence on the on-screen. I mean, she's really come back into movies and
She really has.
all this stuff. Universal Pictures announced that they will release a rom-com romantic film, Marry Me, starring J-Lo and Owen Wilson. I love Owen Wilson.
Oh, me too.
So,
Me
it's
too.
great. On February 12th, so of course it's going to be a nice Valentine's Day pick, and it's going to be starring... J-Lo is going to be a musical superstar, and Wilson will be portraying a divorced math teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. See how they connect, guys.
Yeah,
Let's see how they
because
connect.
all math teachers hook up with people like J-Lo.
Yeah.
I mean, it only
You
makes
know.
sense, right? It's...
Like,
Are we
I-
sure this is not a supernatural fantasy?
I know,
Like,
right?
I mean, I just don't know.
Like, are we in the Twilight Zone right now? Like, I have no idea.
But if anybody could, Owen Wilson could.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
He looks like a math teacher.
He does look like a math teacher that could score J-Lo. Like, I mean, you go, Owen Wilson. You do it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, just stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, man.
It's going to be interesting. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. We're going to talk about the Peacock, and I mean, they've came out with some good numbers. Surprisingly, I'm super pumped about it because I mean, go them. It's the wake of the streaming wars.
It's true.
So NBC Universal has announced that its streaming service, the Peacock, has reached more than 15 million signups, and I mean, it's been out for 4 or 5, maybe 6 months now.
Yeah.
And NBC Universal said that it has high hopes for Peacock will reach 30 million to 35 million monthly subscribing active accounts in 2024.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but remember, guys, there's also a free tier. So I
Exactly.
mean, there's some good content on there. I mean, you got like Suits, you got George Lopez, but that's behind the paywall, and so is how Everybody Loves Raymond. That's also behind the paywall.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's some stuff that's free, that's pretty good, but there's some stuff that you're just like, what the fuck. Now, granted, it's only $5, so
It's true.
yeah.
It's true. And here's the kicker, though. Those 15 million signups, NBC must think that's some negotiating power.
Apparently.
Because they think that warrants charging Roku an obscene amount of money to put Peacock on Roku.
Yeah.
Well, Roku's having no part of it. They said, absolutely not. You're not being right. This is way too much money. We're not going to pay that. To which NBC Universal notified Roku they will remove all of NBC Universal's platform, NBC shows, all of them. So if you watch anything from NBC, like you just said, Suits, so you're basically talking USA, Sci-Fi, NBC,
Yeah.
anything related to NBC, they're threatening to take off of Roku if they don't work out this deal for Peacock.
Yeah. I mean,
By this weekend.
Yeah,
that's the scary thing.
like,
It could happen
real
by this
quick.
weekend. So if you like an NBC show and you were hoping to watch it this weekend, you might not be able to.
Might be pulled, might be yanked. Whatever. I don't blame Roku, because if they're asking for an obscene amount of number, or an obscene number, I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently, agreed. Roku tried to extend the deal.
Yeah.
The deadline so that they could still negotiate or whatever, and Universal is just playing hardball.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the one they should really be focusing on is HBO Max. I mean, we have our theories. We think Apple is focusing on that one with HBO Max. So hopefully you'll be able to watch HBO Max if you have a Roku through the Apple TV app. But still, I think that one's just way more successful and should be spent way more time trying to negotiate that one rather than the Peacock.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly.
To be honest.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, but I mean, things happen. Things
true.
happen.
It's true.
It's business. It's business. Just like this one's business. I mean, as an adult, we watched the third one. Was not good. As an adult. I don't know. I mean, my little sister, she was like, 11, 10 at the time, and fell asleep.
She did. She fell right out.
She was knocked out. But we're talking about Hotel Transylvania. It's coming out with a fourth one.
Yes. And apparently on track to hit schedule.
On track. Sony is trying to pump them out, man. Super, super funny. August 6th of 2021 is the release date, and Selena Gomez is set to return as Dracula's daughter, but as of right now, no one else has signed on.
No, the only deal that they've locked in is Selena, that she's going to come back and she's going to executive produce. Apparently, she worked out a deal to be an executive producer on the film, too, meaning she's going to make some money.
Makes sense.
But like you said, yeah, Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, Kevin James, Fran Drescher, all of them, David Spade, Buscemi, none of them have signed on for the fourth one.
No.
Mm.
Whatever.
It's made them a boatload of money, though.
Oh, yeah.
They make these movies for relatively inexpensive, and then they've gone on to make decent box office, so it's likely they'll all come back. But I
Yeah.
bet they all get profit participation.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they're, watch,
sure.
that's how they're coming back for 4. We want profit participation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Exactly. I think this was in the response of the Grown Ups movie. I think they didn't want to actually act on screen anymore. So, hey, let's just make some kids content and do some animated shit. That's
Yeah.
way easier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Sony has removed Phil Lord and Chris Miller's upcoming film Connected from its release date just 1 month before the film was supposed to schedule to hit theaters. What the hell, guys?
Yeah.
It's unclear what Sony will do with it now, either taking it to a streaming service or pushing the theatrical release to another date.
This
But,
one was surprising, though, because
Yeah.
it was like one of the highly anticipated animated films that Sony was planning on launching this
Yeah.
year. So to just all of a sudden say, nope. So, I don't know, man.
I know. It's super interesting. Sony doing some weird
Don't
shit.
get your hopes up for any movie.
I
That's
know.
all I can say. It's
Yeah.
like if you were thinking, oh, man, I'm so excited to see this, don't get excited because it might not.
Exactly. It might not even happen.
It might not.
But Lionsgate, everybody knows 50 Cent. He has a huge connection with stars. I mean, Power and Power 2.
That's it.
Yeah.
You took my joke. I was going to say, you might say he has a lot of power
Ha-ha.
with stars.
But I mean, he's continuing that relationship
Yes.
by developing two more dramas. Jackson's G Unit Film and Television are developing a show about a woman sports agent based on the life of agent and lawyer Nicole Lynn, which will be super exciting to
Yes.
see that world from a female's perspective.
Absolutely.
Can I imagine? I can only imagine. And a potential anthology about hip hop, and the first season devoted to the feud between 50 Cent and The Game.
That will be really
I'm
interesting.
super interested because they seem to be really good friends before any of the bullshit went down. They were like featured on each other's like CDs and everything before that, and then one day shit just like flipped the script.
Yeah.
You never know.
Maybe this anthology will tell us why.
I hope so.
I mean, and, for anybody who doesn't know, he's also behind For Life at ABC.
Yep.
He's killing it on a bunch of networks, so.
Exactly.
Good for you, 50 Cent.
Definitely. Heading over to Netflix. I'm sure somebody or everybody saw the drama that was going down. This is the only bad thing we have in the industry news. Thank God. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Boy, it's bad.
It's really bad. Cheer star Jerry Harris was arrested Thursday on a charge for I don't even want to.
I know.
I don't. Enticing a 13-year-old boy to send him explicit photos and videos. According to federal prosecutors, he began contacting the 13-year-old boy on Snapchat in December of 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, and it went on for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say they exchanged the photos until March of 2020. He denied this at first, guys. Said absolutely not. He would never. He's not, gonna. But apparently, when he was interviewed on Monday of this week, he confessed and admitted that he had exchanged the photos with the boy. Also admitted that he solicited oral sex from the boy in a bathroom when they were together at a cheerleading event in 2019. The boy refused and left the bathroom to rejoin his team, and then that's when apparently Harris blocked him on Snapchat, and the kid got all upset, saying, "What did I do wrong? I'm sorry I did it." It's just crazy. He's going to be facing 1 count of producing child pornography. He's going to be held in custody until a detention hearing this coming week on Monday. And the prosecutors are arguing that he shouldn't get bail because they think he's dangerous to society.
It's like some R. Kelly shit.
It is, and all kinds of weird shit. Apparently, this young boy has a twin brother. He was also trying to solicit the twin brother.
Oh, wow.
Just the mom found it on the kid's phone, and kind of, that's how it all went down. But just, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I just, it's disturbing, man.
It is disturbing.
Pedophiles are just like, there's bad, and then there's pedophile bad. I mean, it's just, I don't even know.
I know.
Netflix is horrified by the discovery. They are just, tormented and want to see justice done. So good for Netflix for coming out for a statement like that.
Yeah.
Because what else would you say?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's super wild. It'd be interesting to see if that series moves forward now. Because I mean, what if there's other predators like
apparently he confessed to numerous other boys as well.
Yeah, see, like,
so I mean, that's just him. And like you said, what if there's others?
Yeah.
So numerous other boys. How many that means, we don't know, but hopefully they put him away for a really long time.
I hope so too, man. I hope so too.
And by the way, pedophiles that try to have sex with kids don't do too well in prison.
No, not at all.
Good luck, Mr. Harris.
Yeah, good luck. Good freaking luck. But this is really exciting, and I know you're happy about this.
I'm super stoked.
The 5th season of Lucifer took the #1 spot in Nielsen's streaming top 10 rankings, with users in the United States spending 1.59 billion minutes of watching the show.
Yes, I was one of them. I binge watched the first half. They're releasing season 5 in 2 parts, so the first part's out, next one's coming.
Yeah.
But oh man, I could not be more. I love the direction this season went. By the way, they've been releasing some teasers for the second half of the season. It ends, by the way, spoilers. I'm just telling you. The first part of season 5 ended with Dennis Haysbert showing up as God. Okay? That should like get you right there to come back. But this musical episode, they're doing an entire musical episode where I guess Lucifer is seeing all of them dance and sing in all of the things. But they released this little trailer of it. They're out on this football field at a dead body and they're doing Queens, another one bites the dust. They're doing this epic dance and song routine.
Goodness.
Amy Garcia and Lauren German and all, just fucking phenomenal. It's going to be great. It deserves to be number one. That's all I'm saying. It deserves to be number one.
Oh my goodness. Wild shit, man.
Can you tell I'm a fan?
I mean, right? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Netflix also announced the premiere date of Emily in Paris.
Yes!
Starring Lily Collins. The show will premiere October 2nd on Netflix. It's going to be a 10-episode series. Executive produced and created by Darren Star. So super
90210.
Yeah.
That guy.
People don't know.
Yeah.
People don't know. It's going to be the chronicles, the adventures of a 20-something Chicagoan, Collins, social media strategist who suddenly lands her dream job in Paris. Sent to revamp her company's recent acquired business, her new life propels her towards exciting adventures as she navigates forming new friendships and finding romance.
Yes.
Of course.
I'm just a huge Lily Collins fan. Have been since day one.
Yeah.
I think she's epic. I think she's this generation's Audrey Hepburn. I'm just going to say it. I think this is her in Paris because it was actually filmed on location in Paris. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
Come on the show, Lily. Come on the show.
Yeah. Did Chris Evans trying to send you his dick? Is that what that was?
What?
What? I was talking about the Chris Evans dick pic and if it was sent to her.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were asking me. I'm like, the last I checked, no, but
not you.
Apparently, he sent it out to a bunch of people by accident, but not me. Doesn't have my phone number.
Just randomly in the middle of the night. Chris Evans. What the fuck? What is this?
Don't swing that way, Chris. I mean, you are America's ass, but I prefer Lily. Sorry.
Oh my
man.
goodness. Netflix is doing some other things. I mean, we all know that Ryan Murphy just signed a huge deal with Netflix, and he announced the upcoming adaptation of The Prom. And it's going to be released on December 11th. The acclaimed creator announced on Instagram on Sunday, December 11th. And the star-studded cast includes Meryl Streep, James Corden, Nicole Kidman, Kerry Washington, and it's a musical, if people didn't know. Of course,
yeah. I mean, okay, awesome, first of all. And I loved their tagline for it. And Netflix said, "Let us take you to the prom you couldn't go to this year." That's so brilliant.
So
I mean, that's so smart of the marketing, right? But it's basically they follow 4 Broadway actors who travel to Indiana to help out a lesbian student who's been banned from going to the prom because she wanted to bring her girlfriend. So it's, great story.
Definitely.
I think and to see these people perform out in a musical, Corden and Meryl Streep, come on.
It's going to be
Come
badass.
on.
It's going to be badass.
All right.
Super excited. Netflix is also given a 10-episode order for an animated revival of the classic 1970s sitcom Good Times.
Yes.
No one saw this coming.
No.
Just
no. I can honestly say I would have never thought. One day at a time. They're doing all these old classic Jimmy Kimmel bringing them back for the live, shows them. But I never thought let's do an animated Good Times.
Right.
What?
And it's going to be like the same cast but set in nowadays times.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
So I don't even know. And will the original cast make like voice cameos or something?
Right.
Most of them are still alive.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Most of them.
I think Florida really is the only one who passed. I think all the kids. John Amos is still alive.
Yeah.
So JJ's still alive. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely gonna. Here's the more interesting part.
Right.
Norman Lear was no surprise because he was the executive producer and creator of the original show way back in the day. But Seth MacFarlane and Steph Curry. Yes, that Steph Curry, NBA superstar. They're also executive producing.
Yeah.
What?
That's crazy.
Maybe I get the Seth MacFarlane link because, he's a king in animation.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And which begs the question, will they look like those type of animators?
Right,
Right?
exactly.
Is it going to follow that kind of format? But Seth Curry?
I know, right?
What?
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Was he a fan of Good Times? Like,
Right.
what am I missing here? Why Seth Curry? I know he's trying to follow LeBron, into the entertainment whole game, but why Good Times?
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're not on a temporary layoff. All right?
Yeah, exactly. You're still doing your thing. You're
That's
still doing your
right.
thing. Oh my goodness, super funny, man.
Yeah, I know the theme song. Leave me alone. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. Now heading over to Amazon. I mean, Berlanti's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
They just closed a deal with Berlanti, right?
Yes, Amazon signed a deal with Berlanti Shutter Productions. This is exciting. They're going to produce a film based on the acclaimed novel My Policeman. Why is it exciting? Because Lily James is in it. By the way, might have been the intended recipient for the dick pic.
Yeah.
With the rumor is they're dating now, Chris Evans and Lily James. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm putting that. I was not the intended recipient. Just letting everybody know.
See, I got my lilies mixed up again.
Yeah, you
That's
got
what
your
it was.
lilies.
That's what it was. That's
Okay.
what it was.
I see.
That's where that came from.
Okay, because I was wondering, wow, that was totally random. And what are you saying about me? I don't want to see Chris
No,
Evans' dick pic.
I'm not saying you get random dick pics in the middle of the night.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, okay, you're totally sending the wrong message to everybody out there. I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, there we go.
But anyway,
back on
now
track.
I get it. Lily James, Lily Collins. Yes, okay, I get that. Anyway, Harry Styles and Lily James are set to star in the project. Greg Berlanti and Sarah Shetter will produce. Apparently, it takes place in the 90s when the arrival of an elderly invalid, Patrick, into Marion and Tom's home triggers an exploration of seismic events from 40 years previous. The passionate relationship between Tom and Patrick at a time when homosexuality was illegal.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So, like some Brokeback Mountain shit.
Yeah, and it's going to be, this is going to be interesting.
Harry Styles and Lily James will make a beautiful baby. I'm just saying.
They would.
I mean,
But what would Chris Evans think about that?
That's true. I mean, they would make beautiful babies too.
They would.
So it's fine.
Basically, anybody in Lily James. would
Yeah,
make a beautiful
exactly.
baby.
I mean, just take her genes.
I just feel like she's beautiful enough that even if it was an ugly guy, it would overpower and it would be a cute baby.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. But the show,
Little Kim is gonna kill us.
yeah,
Little
for
Kim
sure.
is gonna
The film is gonna be great.
It is. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. She's a phenomenal actress too, though.
She is.
Just watch Baby Driver.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's phenomenal. So
Yeah.
all right.
Agreed.
That's not the only thing Amazon's doing, though. Let's try to get out of trouble now.
Yeah, you know.
They're gonna produce an action flick also called All the Old Knives with Chris Pine and Thandie Newton. Oh, that's gonna be badass. Talk
Yeah.
about that's an epic cast,
Right? And I mean, based on the acclaimed novel of the story set in the town of Carmel by the Sea, and follows ex-lovers, one CSI spy, and one ex-spy who meet over dinner to reminisce on their time together at the station.
Yeah,
the Vienna
at Vienna.
station.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting.
This is funny, though. It says as the conversation progresses and they start to get into it, as they continue to flirt, it becomes clear that one of them's not going to survive the meal.
Oh shit.
What?
Oh, like, all right.
Is this a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type deal?
Right.
It's like, they meet, they fall in love. Oh, remember when we served together? I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All
Aha.
right.
Like, who's better? Like, me or you?
My money's on Thandie Newton.
Right.
I'm just saying. I like Chris, but I think Sandy's got him.
Yeah.
Or Thandie.
Sandy, Fandy, Crandy, Shapambi. Like, all of them. All the above. I mean, Chris Pine's going down.
Ooh, what is it with Chris's and Lilies?
I know,
It's
like,
Chris's and Lilies everywhere.
poor
I don't
them.
know. I don't know.
Poor them, man.
That's true. That's true. Where are we going? We haven't even been drinking. It's
I
fine.
know.
It's
That's
fine.
the thing, guys. It's just Friday.
It's Friday.
You guys know we like to get a little crazy. It's fine. It's fine. Harpo. Harpo.
Harpo.
Lonnie.
Oprah backwards.
Yeah, Oprah backwards. Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Lonnie Chavis will make his big screen debut in a fantasy adventure, The Waterman.
Oh.
The film will be executive produced by Oprah. Winfrey,
Oprah Forward.
Yeah, Oprah Forward. And her Harpo Films. And marks David Oyelowo.
Yeah, Oyelowo's.
Oyelowo's feature directorial debut.
That's exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. The story is about a young boy, who embarks on a mission to find a mythic waterman who may carry a secret and everlasting life.
Oh, but it's to help his mother.
It's to help his mother.
Because all good boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that makes
Harpo.
sense.
I mean, who doesn't want to help Harpo?
Well, exactly. And if my mom was Rosario Dawson, I would want to help her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, Rosario Dawson's playing the mom. And Oya Yellow, although directing, will also play the dad.
Well, that's cool. I always love it when they do that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can imagine, like, that's so challenging. And, like, to be able to portray, like, what you literally want to portray, you don't have to. I mean, of course, you have to do it with the other actors, trying to get your point across. But for the main, like, protagonist, you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Exactly. And you always hear how difficult directing is. So I feel like I would never want to make my first attempt at it also have to be acting in it, right? Like, but Bradley Cooper did pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so everybody's kind of following along now. Like, if Bradley could do it, all right.
Exactly, man. But, it is time for the guest segment. We got the one and only Adam Irigoyen coming on the show to talk about Away, Netflix's hot news show. And he's also talking about his time on the Disney Channel with, like Zendaya, Bella Thorne, and so many other phenomenal actors. So, I mean, it's just going to be a really fun time. I'm so super excited, especially for the young up-and-comers. They're really going to benefit from this one.
Yeah, this guy, man, he's wise beyond his years. When you hear his approach to how he picks projects and everything, just amazing, man.
Yeah, agreed. Well, here he is.
Adam Irigoyen, welcome inside the Crazy Ant Farm. How are you, man?
I'm good, brother. How you guys doing?
Oh, dude, we're doing good.
Living
Super
the
pumped
dream, bro.
Yeah. Surviving COVID, if you know.
Yeah, listen, aren't we all?
Oh, man, you know it. But we are super pumped to have you on, boy. We kind of teased a little bit that you were going to be joining us, and the fans are all excited about it. So we got a lot of Disney fans. I wonder what they saw you on. So, but look, man, we're what we like to do to start off the interview is kind of, because we have a lot of people that are up and comers trying to break into the industry. So what we like to do is kind of do a little introduction of the guest at first and kind of tell them how you got started in the industry. Was it something you always wanted to do? Did you know you wanted to be an actor right away, or what?
Yeah. So I mean, I got started at a fairly young age. I mean, I started working professionally when I was around 11.
Oh wow!
And around like at the end of 11, just turning 12. So for about like 12 years now. And for me, I mean, I kind of knew when I was 8 years old that I wanted to be an actor. And I told my parents, and it's one of those things when you're 8 years old and you tell your parents, you know what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, they don't take you as seriously as you might think. But yeah, so I was just really hounding them for about 2 years before they, gave me a chance. And then they took me to acting class out in downtown Miami, where I'm originally from Miami. So and then through that acting class, I was able to meet a lot of people. Eventually came out to LA. At the age of 11, got signed to an agent and a manager. Yep. And then and then from there I just started auditioning and doing everything I could to get work.
That's fantastic. We always love, because it's always back and forth. Some people like say, "Oh no, I had no intention, I never," and kind of fell into it, and boom. And then others who know like right away. Right. And you're so right though. Like we hear that a lot too. It's like, no, I was 8 and I told my parents, and they kind of looked at me like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they tell me all the time, like when we came out to LA originally, it was to get it out of my system. And
there you go. So at what age, when you landed the Disney gig, is that when they were kind of like, oh, okay, well, wait a minute, maybe this is okay?
Well, yeah. So like even before I got on Shake It Up, I had about like a year into me being out here. Yeah. I kind of got I started to work, and I got like a little, interstitial. It was just kind of like a little short 15, or not even 15, like a 5-minute little thing that they aired on Disney Channel. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I got on Wizards of Waverly Place. And then by then it was like, that's when my parents were like, all right, he's kind of, really serious about this. And then luckily we stayed out here for a half a year longer, and then that's when I got onto Shake It Up.
Nice. Shout out to mom and dad for keeping it real and
Yeah,
staying
for
behind
real.
you, bro. Like, that's awesome. Do you find that it being a challenge from being a child actor transitioning into an adult actor? Is that like something that is a little challenging in the entertainment world, or what do you think about that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, when you're young and you're starting it out, it's really a different beast than what it is for me today.
Hmm.
Because a lot of it when you're a kid is it's a personality. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's like you got a great personality. You're not afraid of being in front of a lot of people and kind of expressing yourself. And that's kind of what it is when you're a kid. And then as you kind of grow older, like when I kind of decided I wasn't going to do children's programming anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of made that transition and that part of my career. There was a year where I just didn't work,
Yeah.
and it was just because it's a really different beast, and
Yeah.
so you have to put in more work and approach things differently, and yeah, but thankfully I have a bunch of like really cool mentors and teachers who were able to kind of guide me and show me what was up.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, and that was something else I wanted to ask you as well. Growing up, like in the entertainment industry, was it kind of difficult trying to like find your true self when you're playing all these different characters who might not think the way you do? Like, is that like trying to take different aspects of characters and maybe put it in your day to day life? Like, is that something that like you were trying to do, or was that just kind of difficult trying to find yourself?
When I was younger, you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, really, when I was younger, it was more about, I mean, especially on Shake It Up, it was really about kind of, utilizing that platform
Mm-hmm.
to, I mean, express myself, at the highest level.
Right.
And so for me, like, that was just kind of me having a blast and having fun. As I grew older and, the parts started to get, a little more emotionally challenging
Mm-hmm.
and a little more invested. Then it was like a thing of like every time I approach a character, now I try to figure out, okay, what's different
Mm-hmm.
about this character than Adam, or
Right.
what's the same, because there's similarities and there's differences. So you really want to figure out what they are, so where you have to put in the extra work and where you might have to just kind of review it and all that stuff, but it's already a part of you.
Oh,
You
I
know what I'm
like
saying?
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. And I kind of want to talk about this too because Shake It Up, it was a huge hit on the
Yeah.
Disney Channel. I mean, it got a lot of attention and spawned a lot of big stars off the show. So I want to talk about that. How were you able, do you think, to successfully avoid? Because we talk about this, and because we do an industry news section also, and we kind of talk about this a lot, and sometimes unfortunately with the dark side of Hollywood, especially with some child actors who have kind of fallen into the wrong side of it or got themselves in trouble. How do you think that you were able to avoid that with because I mean you've successfully made that transition now, taking the year off and everything and kind of make the transition. But what do you credit, or how did you go about staying away from that side of the industry when the fame started to hit?
I mean, really, I credit that to my family. I was blessed enough to have a really good foundation at home, and my parents instilled in me really great values, and for me, Shake It Up was like you said, it was a major success, and to a certain extent, I was always enjoying that, but like to a certain extent, I kind of not let it get to my head, but just kind of I let it kind of take me, and that I became a little complacent.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out of the show, and when I had that year where I didn't work, it was like, okay, wow, like just because I've had this sort of relative success at a fairly young age, that doesn't mean that just things are going to be handed to me.
Right.
And and I like I said, I had my parents guiding me and kind of like reminding me of that. And when I was home, it was I was just Adam. I wasn't this kid that was on Shake It Up or anything like that. And for me, one of the biggest things that I had to realize, especially when you're starting out as a young actor, is like acting is what I do. It's not who I am. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that has kind of that realization, and just like the guidance from my parents has always kind of kept me grounded. And to me, especially where I'm at now, it's all about the work. I would much rather be putting in, you know, so much work on a character and all that stuff than getting all this notoriety. Granted, the notoriety comes with it and all that stuff if you're successful, but that's not why I do the things I do. And and I've always been grateful for the fans and the viewers, because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing it for. And I'm not. This isn't a self-indulgent process where I become a character and that's really the point. My whole goal in this is to be able to be a part of stories that are thought provoking and relatable, and that connect with people on a deeper level. And and so I've always been grateful for the people that come up to me and tell me they love my work, and yeah, man.
Now, how old are you? Like 50? Because
Right?
that
Like-
was really man, you sound. It is so refreshing to hear somebody your age have that much wisdom and that
Right.
much guidance and that much, this is why I'm doing it. Because, man, there are some people out there still floating around well into their 40s, 50s who haven't figured that out yet. So, congratulations to you. Huge props to your family and your support system, man. So refreshing to hear
Right, and I just-
people talk like that.
I want to go back to the part where he says he doesn't need the notoriety. He just he loves the process
That's right.
because that's what it's all about. So many of our guests have come on before and said, if you're in this thing to be famous, then you should definitely not be here. You should be loving the craft and taking acting classes, making connections just to enjoy life. This is how you want to spend your life, doing your quote unquote 9 to 5. So it's awesome to hear that you're in it for the right reasons. And I'm just so happy and fortunate enough we were able to connect with you on this level so that our fans can know how good of a person you are and how committed you are to the craft, because I think that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And you said it yourself, with the hard work, with the putting in the, showing up every day, the notoriety comes.
Exactly.
If the fame will come if you work hard.
Yeah.
I feel like so many times people go out there and just expect to be famous. Like you said, oh, I had one hit show, so now that just must come natural
Yeah.
now. And I mean, it's nice, so nice to hear your philosophy and jump. We got to ask though. I mean, your cast was phenomenal on Shake It
Hell
Up.
yeah.
Like, what was that like? Zendaya and Bella Thorne. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, we had a blast. That when we were doing that show, it was towards the end of middle school, beginning of high school. I got in there, I think at the end of I got out of there by the end of my sophomore year.
Right.
So we all graduated middle school together, and so it was it was really kind of that time of our lives, and to be on a set where it was really for all of us, it was kind of our biggest thing, with the exception of Bella, who had done some shows on HBO,
Right.
and a little work before that. It was for the most part, it was really our first kind of adventure in this industry, and it was just a blast, man. We got so many great different experiences, and there was a lot of people that were on the crew that had worked for years and years and years before they ever did Shake It Up. And so to be able to also learn from them, and to be on set with them, where it's just they have so much experience. It just kind of it made everything run smoothly, and yeah, man, it was a blast. We really had the time of our lives.
That's great to hear. And I mean, if you could recount one special story from on the set, what would it be? I'm putting you on the spot, man.
Yeah, no, it's funny. The one story that kind of no one will ever let me live down is there was this episode where I had to drive this golf cart, and at this point I'm 13, 14 years old. So
Yeah,
I had never really driven before, but they trusted me with a golf cart. And yeah, and so but when you're doing sitcom television, there's 3 days of rehearsal before you film, and 2 of those days are with run throughs. And so this was the day where the entire network was there.
Oh, wow.
And watching that, we're watching a run through of the whole episode, and just the way that we had set up the bit was there was 2 golf carts, and the first one I would kind of slowly teeter off, and then the second one I would peel. I would get out of there. And like I said, I had never driven before. So the first one went, as smoothly as possible. I was going 2 miles an hour. It was no big deal. The second one, when I got through onto the set. I drove the golf cart, but I didn't realize that the wheels were cut all the
Oh
way to the
no.
left. And on the other golf cart was sitting our UPM, our
Oh
main
no.
producer, our line producer, Frank Pace, who was like, for those that don't know, is like the guy that signs my paychecks.
Right.
And so I say my lines, I do my thing, whatever, and then I peel off, and I'm expecting to go at least some sort of diagonal direction. I peel all the way to the left, and Frank's legs were just hanging off the other golf cart, and if he didn't move them, like at the last moment, I think he would have been footless for the rest of his life. But thankfully, he had quicker reflexes than probably I would have. And yeah, but it's needless to say, Disney Channel has never let anybody drive a golf cart.
No shit.
And they named whatever that rule is after you. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Who knew a UPM needed a stunt double?
Right?
Like, I mean, you got to get him out of there. So funny,
Listen,
man.
no one is safe, man.
No one. So how the driver's test go? Let's hope
Yeah,
you're doing better on the roads, right?
I did fail my first one.
Hey, bro, I'm right there with you. It's all good.
I love his honesty, though. He's like, nope, failed that one too. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie to you here.
All right, let's get into the big one that's on Netflix right now, because, I mean, we're super excited about this one, man. Away. Talk about jumping to another phenomenal cast. I mean, Hilary Swank and Josh Charles. I'm so jealous. I'm a huge Josh Charles fan. Love Hilary, too, but Josh Charles has just been a fan of his for years, and I'm looking at this, and I'm going, man, this kid is working with Josh Charles.
Yeah,
what?
like, damn.
It's like, damn. So that says a lot about your caliber, my friend. I think landing a spot on a show like this with a cast like that says a lot about who you are and what you're bringing to the table. So talk about it, man. Let's get into it.
Yeah, no, man. I appreciate all of that. Josh was a blast to work with. For me, it was, I had been just so excited to be a part of this. Like, for me, it was really not too much of a thinker, a Netflix show, Hilary Swank, Josh Charles,
right?
Jason Katniss. It's like, I wasn't gonna say no,
right?
So,
hell yeah.
When I showed up to set, I just really wanted to make sure that I was ready. And the great thing is when I got to work with Josh and Monique Goodman, who people might know from Power and Dark Knight and stuff like that. They were just so open. And for me, I love being able to work with other actors who are just kind of like really down to talk about the scene and the characters and okay, what's going on, but they're also cool people. And Josh was definitely that. And so was Monique and really everybody involved. And I couldn't be happier with the cast and what we were able to accomplish.
Well, the premise of the show is awesome. For anybody who's not familiar or hasn't seen it yet, it's basically about a family. Both the mom and dad are astronauts, but the dad is now a stay-at-home dad taking care of the kids, while mom is going up into space on a Mars mission, right? And
right.
And you're the cute boyfriend of the daughter. I always love how they describe characters, So my fascinating now though with the golf cart story, I've got to ask, because you apparently introduce her into the dangerous world of dirt bike racing. So
right.
How the hell did that go after the golf cart?
Well, listen, man, it was definitely not me driving those dirt bikes. But no, there was one cool, like the best part of that was there was one cool scene where I'm riding the dirt bike and Talitha, who plays Alexis, is on it with me. And obviously, I wasn't riding. They had much more experienced dirt bike riders than me, actually on those things. But they had this special rig set up. It was pretty much like a flatbed. And they had the dirt bike in the middle, and it was hooked up to some hydraulics. So, we were safely strapped in on there, and they would drive us. And then every 2 minute or minute or so, they would press the hydraulics, and we would pop a wheelie. And it was the coolest thing ever. I mean, I felt like I was ready to go on the actual thing.
All of the excitement, none of the danger. That sounds badass.
Right?
Honestly.
Yeah, they started mentioning things like liability and insurance, and I was like, whatever. Let me just get on. Let's make this happen. Yeah,
I love it.
Oh Oh, well, okay. So I got to ask though, like, because you've done some indie stuff also, and you're coming from Disney and all that. What's it like, the Netflix environment? Because we've had several guests on that say that it's just a different kind of a ball game. Do you have that on-set representative, or is it just you get the freedom, you go, they give you the budget, and you guys shoot? Talk about that a little bit, because I think the streamers are kind of changing the game and the approach of how things are shot now.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, at least with my involvement, I didn't kind of feel any, I guess, push from them. I don't know that I would be in a position where I would anyway, but at least, with my experience, I really felt like they kind of trusted Andrew and the Jessica, the showrunners, and just kind of said, make the show you want to make. And that is so kind of liberating, because you're just really able to worry about, because no one goes into a project trying to make a bad piece of art. You know what I mean? And everybody's trying to make the best version of it they can. And when powers that be are really involved and really trying to dictate the course of the movie or the show or whatever the case may be, sometimes you can feel that. And I think that there's certain projects, that like movies or shows that you watch, you can kind of feel like, there's a difference of opinion there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't think that that's the case with this show. I think they really kind of trusted everybody involved. They got, actors that they trusted, producers they trusted, and kind of, let us play. And I think that the show really benefited from that.
Well, and it's a great topic right now. I mean, I feel like space is on the lips of everybody at this point. Will we or will we not have to abandon this planet? Where do we go? Is it Mars?
Right.
So the topic and the conversation that the show brings up, plus the separation of family, the one guy who's used to being there and now he's not, and he's got to stay at home, and the role change, I guess, of mom and dad. It just has so many things that are relevant to what's happening in society today and what's going on. So I bet that's fun too, because you said yourself you like to pick projects that start conversations, or that you could tell a story that's relevant. So it's got to be refreshing to work on a show like that as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, off rip, this show is, when I read the script, like I said, it was really a no-brainer. But the diversity of the cast, the diversity of the characters was something that really, intrigued me. You have a different representative from every country going off to space. I'm Hispanic, so I'm holding that down. And then, it's just, funny the way things work, in that, we finished filming in February, and then March, COVID hits.
Right.
And,
Right.
now like that idea of, like you were saying, being away from your family, being away from loved ones. It's even more relatable now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's exciting, is that's what really pushes the story forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the story is pushed forward by these relationships, by the ones they leave behind, and it really makes the mission that much more important to the audience. You're really rooting for them to get to Mars, because you like start to grow and grow with them and love them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, definite.
Right there. And I mean, as an actor, I want to know how you feel about this, but as an actor, for approaching a role for a streamer, especially somebody like Netflix, who kind of cancels some seasons after 2 or 3 seasons, are you timid to audition for those type of roles for the streamers, or are you approaching it as like, oh, it's another job that I can get another experience from?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, because like, as actors, we go on these auditions, and especially if you're starting out, you're kind of hanging your hopes on every single one.
Right.
And which, I definitely fell victim to at first. And when I kind of like, I made the realization that as actors, you can only really control about 12% of this casting director's choice or the showrunner's choice, solely based off your acting. The rest is your look, or how you have chemistry with the other person, or just a whole list of things that you can't control.
Right.
And so I think it was Bryan Cranston, who I heard say he started approaching auditions not for an opportunity for work, but an opportunity to do the work. And
I like that.
and when you kind of approach it from that level, every audition that comes is kind of like, all right, this is going to be fun. All right, this is going to be a new challenge. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of how I try to frame my mindset, because when I first started, man, I literally I was I was like stealing my mom's phone every 2 seconds to check
Yeah,
her
to check.
emails to see if I got some callback for something, because I was like, this is the one, this is the one that's going to
Right.
make me, this is it,
That's it.
and it's really not like that.
I like the approach, though. I like that you brought up the quote because I mean, I feel like we see so often too that a lot of actors will get cast and it's from a read they did, months prior and didn't
Right.
get the role, but the casting director goes back to them because they did like what they saw, but they just not for that role or for this or that. So I love the idea of approaching the casting as work. Do it as a job, do it as the work, because you never know. I mean, they might put it in the file then, but months later pull it out and go, "This is the one." So.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, but I mean, dude, you're like honestly really inspirational. And do you see yourself going past acting, like maybe into a producing role or a directing role, maybe even a writer role?
Yeah, I mean, listen, with quarantine and everything going on, I've tried to kind of take advantage and get to writing. I think that's one thing that everybody can do. It's also it's time consuming, so it gives you something to do.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I would love to write, and direct for sure. I mean, directing is really kind of like the next thing that I would like try to get into. Yeah, I think it's so fun to kind of take an entire project and really try to lead that somewhere. I think that would be super fascinating. And yeah, I mean, listen, I'm open to it all. I love this industry, and I love the art of storytelling, and there's obviously different aspects to it, and I just kind of want to take them on all.
Yeah, so directing definitely seems to be the. I
Yeah.
mean, if you have a passion, clearly, you also sound like you're an intelligent young man with a lot of knowledge of the industry already, and the fact that you have the passion and you like storytelling, that just seems like an obvious move. I mean, honestly, but God, it's so refreshing. Like I can't say that enough to hear young people like yourself have it all together, man. It's so inspiring for all the people who listen to this podcast, because, like we said, we have, and ourselves included. You inspire us by this conversation, but there's so many young people that are like trying to get in and they just don't know the approach or how to do it. And so every time we have a guest like yourself come on who has, the knowledge and says, just do this or just do this or just, it's so inspiring for those people trying to get in to go, oh, you can do this and this and this, and it's okay, and you can do that. And so,
Hell yeah.
dude, man, so much appreciation for you.
Oh man, I appreciate that. And I don't have it all together, but
Andy's humble.
Right? Andy's
yeah,
humble.
I've learned to act good enough to make it seem like I do. So
Oh my goodness. Well, what do you got coming up in the future, man? We away right now, kicking ass on Netflix. But what you got coming up after?
yeah, so I did an indie movie right before Away. It should have been coming out around this time, but just due to COVID and everything like that, it's kind of been pushed. So it's still in post. But that movie's called Centurion 12, and Centurion is it's pretty much set around the world of Mexican horse dancing, and I play Francisco, who is really the antagonist, and he plays this kind of flirtatious rival to Alicia, the main character, who's trying to make it in this world of Mexican horse dancing, and then kind of her story gets put on pause because of this diagnosis on this rare form of leukemia. And and the story follows that her relationship with this horse centurion, and yeah, I mean it's a great story. It's got a lot of true elements. It's the Gamble family are the people behind it, and
Right.
Wendy Gamble, who the movie is, or I'm sorry, Nancy Gamble, who the movie is, kind of loosely based on, had this whole experience and this diagnosis and this, relationship with this horse. And so that was definitely a fun movie to film, and hopefully it'll come out soon so that everybody can watch it.
Yeah, I'll be watching it.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Shit. I mean, and you know how it is nowadays, man. Where can everybody follow you? Because it's all about social media, and we want to make sure people follow you because you're an epic individual.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm on Twitter and on Instagram. It's just my name, Adam Irigoyen.
Easy. I like those. No underscores or exclamations or
Right.
whatever.
No,
You know.
man, it's too
Boom.
much.
Straight to the point.
No
But
special characters.
right? But the last thing we like to do at the each and every interview is have our guests leave a little piece of advice for those who are trying to break into the industry, and what pitfalls would you say to try to avoid?
Yeah. Listen, I think I've touched on it a couple times throughout it, but I really think the most important thing is to do the work. Really dive deep into each character and not don't worry so much about getting a job. Just worry about the best way to make this character relatable or accessible. I think is a good word. And in the world today where auditioning is really done on self tapes, I would kind of say don't get complacent. I think that because we film these self tapes in our living room, there's that sense of comfortability there. But I would say don't fall into that trap. Sometimes the best thing about going into a casting director's office is like the nerves, because that adrenaline just kind of pushes you forward and makes you give an audition that even you didn't think you were capable of. So just because you're in your living room and you're filming a self tape, don't let that part die out.
Definitely. That's so good.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, because complacency can be a major enemy.
Yeah.
It really can. So it's definite, dude. This has been a phenomenal interview, man. You have been an absolute joy to talk to. No doubt inspiring, and I know the fans are going to love this one. And we definitely have to have you back on when Centurion comes out, because that sounds like it's going to be quite the film. So we definitely want to talk about that. But we can't thank you
that'd be
enough,
awesome.
man, for coming on and chatting with us, and just best wishes for continued success, man. An open invite, like we said, anytime you want to come back on, more than welcome, man.
hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, this has been a blast. I love talking to you guys.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Listen, have a good rest of the week. And just like I said, dude, best wishes. Continued success, my friend.
I appreciate that.
All right. Take care
Have
now.
a good week, guys.
Yeah,
too.
you too. See you, brother.
Bye.
So good. So good. I just
Yeah.
love when we interview those people who just have such knowledge about the entertainment industry, especially like a child actor transitioning into an adult actor and just figuring it all out.
I mean, it's solid head on his shoulders, obviously. And we hear this all the time, too. But surround yourself with a solid support group, right?
Yep.
The right people around you will make sure you stay on track and do it. And he clearly had that with the family. And so inspiring, man.
Dude, it really was. It really was. Thank you again, Adam, for coming on the show. All right, now it is time for the top 5 segment, man. And this one is brought to you by our podcast producer, Jason. We appreciate you, man. Been rocking and rolling every single week with the industry news, top 5 segment, especially the top 5 segment, man. Making it so damn difficult.
Oh, yeah.
This week it is top 5 cop shows.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, there's so many out there. I mean, literally everything that is on both of our lists, either it be scripted, unscripted, reality, whatever. Be sure to watch all this because they're just so damn good.
Oh, yeah.
So damn
I mean,
good.
they're brilliant. And I like it because it's a nice mix of comedy, reality, and drama.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good.
Exactly. Well, my number 5, I go to Monk. Man, television legend Tony. I always mess up his last name. He's just so damn good.
From Wings.
Yeah,
From Wings,
exactly.
yeah,
Wings,
yeah.
Marvelous Miss Maisel. I mean, this guy is an amazing actor. Emmy winning just for everything. And I mean, this is such a good show, such an interesting concept where you're basically like, what's the word? Kind of like a cleaning freak. What's it called? OCD kind of.
Yeah.
And like just solving
Yeah,
mysteries.
he's got a compulsive disorder.
That's what it is. Yeah. And I mean, it's just such a good show. If you haven't checked it out, I think this one might be on the Peacock. So, yeah.
There you go. Catch it while you can.
Right?
So funny because you might not be able to watch it.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. My number 5, Chickless.
Checklist.
The Shield. I mean, come on. He also, not to be confused with The Commish, who was also Chickless.
Yes.
This one is The Shield. So good, man. This one, I think, really kind of launched Michael Chiklis to superstardom. And talk about, like you said, just a phenomenal cast. I mean, you had Chiklis and Catherine Dent. Walter Goggins, who made my list twice, and you'll find out why. But he just Autumn Chiklis, Michael Chiklis' daughter was in it. CCH Pounder, who's now on NCIS. So many amazing people that were launched off of this show.
Yeah.
It was an intense drama about a cop that may or may not have been crooked. Probably was.
Yeah,
Probably was. But he stood everything behind the shield.
That's right.
I just think it was a brilliant drama ahead of its time, and just brilliant.
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I got a little. I didn't even realize how much reality TV kind of I have on here. My number 4 is going to Reno 911. So hilarious, guys. Comedy Central late night. I mean, you got Thomas Lennon and you got Cedric Yarbrough. I mean, these guys are just absolutely amazing. And I mean, so many people guest starred on this one too. I mean, you got Paul Rudd, you got Oswald there. What's his face? Patton Oswalt.
Yes.
And so many good people. And I mean, it's such a hilarious show in Reno. So I mean, yeah, just check that one out. Definitely on my list. Number 4.
Okay. I mean, without doubt, hilarious. And the movies have been funny.
Yeah.
And
now they revamped it on Quibi. So there's new episodes on Quibi.
Yep. So just brilliant. Definitely one of my favorites. Number 4. Walter Coggins makes his second appearance because my number 4 is Justified. Oh my gosh, y'all. Justified was so badass. Yes, about a U.S. Marshal. And who has... The reason it's called Justified is because he had a long, extensive track record of killing people. But they were all found to be justified shootings.
Justified.
Yeah. A lot of the victims, people didn't think so.
No.
But starred Timothy Oliphant, which just brilliant actor. I've been a huge fan of his. Joelle Carter was on it. Erica Tazel, Natalie Z, my man Walter Coggins, who awesome. Jerry Burns, Caitlin Deaver plays the daughter of a drug dealer, and she's basically the drug dealer.
Yeah.
Taking down all kinds of, just brilliant. Jeremy Davies, Jim Beaver from
Jim Beaver,
Supernatural.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a long time on it. Just so many people came off that show that it was just, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go back and watch it. It's a great drama, and I just think Oliphant kills it. I mean, he's brilliant in it.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
In Kentucky.
In
All
Kentucky.
takes place in Kentucky.
Oh.
The backwoods Kentucky.
shit.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I can imagine. All things from Kentucky are scary. And my number 3, this is a shout out to Little Kim because she's a huge fan.
Yep.
Criminal Minds. Oh, such a good show, man. I catch it anytime it's on. I mean, you got Matthew Gray Gubler. You got, Thomas Gibson, but we all know about that. Shemore Moore, I should say. So many good people, man. So many good people. It's such an intense show. It's so intense. And I mean, each and every episode you just want to keep watching. It's one of those that it's kind of a black hole. You can just binge watch, but it's dark. It's dark as shit.
Extremely dark.
Yeah.
And could be the problem with, who was it? Manny Patinkin left the show because he said it was so and went to Homeland.
Yeah.
I never understood that. He said he left Criminal Minds because the content matter and the subject matter was so intense that it was getting to him in his head. And then he went to Homeland.
Yeah. It's like, what? How does that make sense?
I don't know. But anyway, good luck.
Yeah, right.
Great show, though. And it's had, spin-offs and good stuff.
Definitely.
All right. My number 3. NYPD Blue. Probably most infamous for showing Dennis Franz's ass on network television.
Yeah.
This was a huge controversy, guys. This is one of the first primetime shows to make the move into showing nudity. And, a lot of stations were having none of it, would refuse to show the show, but it was a huge hit and just made it even more popular. Huge cast. Dennis Franz, David Caruso from CSI Miami was the original. He ended up leaving. Jimmy Smits comes in to take his place. Jimmy Smits leaves. Mark Paul Gosselaar comes in to take the place.
shit.
Huge cast, guys. Huge cast. Nicholas Turturro, Kim Delaney. Sharon Lawrence. So many people were on this show. S.I. Morales. Rick Schroeder. Just so many of them. He was actually there before Mark Paul. Mark Paul came in and took Rick Schroeder. But Yeah, when you think about the amount of people that came off of that show
Yeah.
or made appearances on that show, but it was an intense drama by Steven Bochco. They had some misses. They tried a little musical thing, didn't go so well.
Yeah.
But apparently, though, we talked about this on the show several months back. Remember, they're moving forward with a sequel to it with Dennis Franz's character's son. That's going to be the star of the show. So.
Yeah.
Or the focal point of the show. So there you go. NYPD Blue. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Controversial, but awesome.
But awesome at the same time. Well, speaking of controversial but awesome at the same time, NCIS, because I mean, we got douchebag there. Michael Weatherly was on it, but I'm a huge Mark Harmon fan. He is just so damn
Go
good.
Blue!
Yeah, at anything and everything he ever does. But I mean, you got Sean Murray, got so many other people that came in and out of this show, and I mean, I always love it when they do like deep dive investigating on like Navy, on military stuff as well. So I think that is really cool. And it was a great show, man. It was a great show when it had its run. But I mean, fuck bull.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, exactly. I love the spin-offs too. The spin-offs have been hugely successful.
Yeah.
NCIS New Orleans is I mean, our lovely and talented Amy Rutberg makes numerous appearances on that, and it's just fantastic. And then, like you said, NCIS is naval investigators, so they dive into the military a lot, which makes NCIS Los Angeles really fun for me because, guys, they've reunited JAG.
Yeah.
Yes! And how many people knew that? NCIS is a spin-off of JAG.
Right.
So, but they brought back Mac and Harm this past year, and I could not be more excited about that.
Yeah.
So, good pick. Good pick. My number 2, because I'm an 80s guy.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, not to mention it was one of the most badass cop shows of all time. Everybody wanted to dress like them. Everybody wanted to live on a boat with an alligator. Everybody wanted to drive the fast Ferraris.
Right.
I'm talking about Miami Vice.
Of course.
Of course. I mean, come on. Dude, if you were around in the 80s, and you didn't watch Miami Vice, you were like shoved into a closet and like forgotten about somewhere. It was like the most epic show of the 80s. The theme song was huge. Everybody was wearing the fucking white suits with the t-shirts.
Yeah.
And, I mean, come on. Don Johnson, Philip Michael Thomas, they killed it. They were awesome. Miami Vice. They did a remake with Jamie Foxx. That's all you need to know. It was so good, Jamie Foxx did a remake.
Right.
It's there you go. It's just a brilliant show. The soundtrack was like the thing, though.
Yeah.
I think back then that was one of like the groundbreaking things. Glenn Frey did like the theme song or whatever, but or Henry Mann I think did the theme song, but Glenn Frey had a popular song on it. But it integrated popular music of the time into the show heavily, and I think successfully so, which kind of everybody tried to copy after that. But anyway, Miami Vice.
Definitely, man. Definitely. My number 1 goes to Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Cops.
Yes!
I love the reality TV show Cops. I mean, I know because of all the police brutality and all these things like that, like Live PD, and maybe even Cops got canceled because of it. But I think if you did like a camera show on every single, I know it'd be fucking difficult. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it'd be so super difficult, but I mean, there would also be video proof of anything and everything that would happen. And then, of course, they're trying to perform and be nice for the camera, which, I mean, of course, you shouldn't do that. But that's why the body cams came involved.
That's true.
So that, I mean, cops wouldn't do things shady. And, I mean, you guys know that. I mean, they still do. But
they turn them off.
Yeah, exactly. It's all super crazy. But I think if, like, I don't know. It was just a really good show, and I also think that it's good to see from their perspective as well, because every situation they come into, somebody's going to be mad. Somebody's going to be angry. Somebody could possibly be hostile. And I mean, honestly, they probably have the worst job of it all. Don't get me wrong. They sign up for it. They know what they sign up for. But, I mean, I couldn't even imagine entering every situation and something being hostile. So, I mean, I really feel for them. But, I mean, not to say what some of them are doing gives them any justice to do that. So, I mean, it's very back and forth. But Cops, it's entertaining. That's what it comes down to.
It is entertaining.
That's what it comes down to.
And spawned Bad Boys.
It did.
I mean, a lot of people don't even realize that, like, that's a total play off that show and that theme song. It's like, now look, it's everywhere.
Exactly.
So it's so funny. My number 1, it had to be.
Of course.
It had to be. Dun dun.
Dun dun.
Law and Order. All right? Come on, guys. It's the law and The Order.
And
I
The
mean,
Order.
so if Jason decides to throw out favorite legal shows, you also know what's going to be on my list because
Right.
this covers both. But just the Dick Wolf series and all of the spin-offs, and I mean Law and Order, all of them. Criminal Intent, even the one in LA that went nowhere, SVU, all
right.
of them. Just they're brilliant. I mean, they're ripped from the headlines, as they like to say. And the amount of people that have gone in and out of that show, cast members and guest stars, is just freaking. Robin Williams is one of the most scary guest appearances I've ever seen on that show. It was just brilliant. But the late Jerry Orbach and just so many amazing people on this show. It's a masterpiece, and it's still on. That should tell you something.
Right.
And it's still spawning spinoffs. So there you go. After 20-something years, it's still spawning spinoffs. So Law and Order.
So good, man. So
I just
much good
remember
shit.
the very first time Emily, my little daughter there, she was, I don't even know how old, just itty bitty. I had it on my answering machine. Yeah. I had it long before she was even born, but then I decided to do it again and put it back on my answering machine when she was a little toddler, much to the chagrin of my ex-wife too. But Emily, she comes out and she says, "Dad, is that TV show?" And I'm like, "What? That one you always watch?" I'm just like, "Why is it on our phone?" And I will never get over that. And she every time I'm watching Law and Order now, I'm waiting for her to come out and go, "Dad,"
That's
like,
so
you know,
funny.
I just gotta love her. She's great.
So good, man. So freaking good. But guys, we want to know what's your top favorite cop shows. I mean, we love the fan interaction and we love knowing about our fans because
Yes.
I mean, everybody has different interests and maybe we missed one. I mean, there's so many good ones out there and we just want to know, guys.
I mean, honestly, One Adam 12.
Yeah, right.
Car 54, Where Are You?
Exactly.
There's so many.
There's so
Dragnet.
many.
Oh my gosh, we forgot
Blue
Dragnet.
Bloods,
Blue
like,
Bloods.
yeah.
Like, wow.
I know.
Yeah, we just created a whole second segment. All right,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
fantastic.
Exactly. But now it is time for the box office recap. I mean, it was kind of a slow week. I mean, I'm done predicting the numbers. I think I'm only
It's
going to
impossible.
It's
I mean,
absolutely
like-
impossible. I think I'm only going to predict like the order. Because
There you
I mean,
go.
it's really hard right now. We all know. Not like Chris Evans hard, but I mean, it's all good.
What is your fascination with Chris Evans' dick? All right, Emily.
Hey.
Watch the phone. Watch the phone. That's all
Oh
I'm saying.
my goodness.
We will never get Chris Evans on the show now.
No.
He's gonna be like, "Wait, is that show with J Lo?" He said he's fascinated with my dick pic. Like, no, just-
no. Oh my goodness! But the number one at the box office last weekend was Tenet. It came in with 6.7 million. I think it might predicted around like 5 to 10 or some shit
Ooh,
like that.
yeah.
I don't know. Number 2 was New Mutants with 2 million. Number 3 was Unhinged with 1.5. Number 4 was The Broken Hearts Gallery with 855,000. And number 5 was Bill and Ted Face the Music with 260,000. So yeah. I mean, I'm really ready for the big markets to open back up.
Me too.
Because shit, I mean, we're in one of those markets, and it really sucks not going to the theater.
It does suck not going to the theater.
So, yeah.
Even Eliza couldn't bring people in, man.
I know.
Eliza was in Broken Hearts Gallery. Eliza from Hamilton, and just no.
I know.
Apparently, nobody was in the room.
No, nobody was in the room. Sadly, guys. New movies you can go see this week. We got Son of the South, which I mean should be available some places. We got Infidel. We got The Secrets We Keep, No Escape, and Malibu Road. Like I said, available in some places. I mean, just check your local theaters and you'll know.
It's probably much easier to find Malibu Rum
Yeah, right.
than Malibu Road. But,
Yeah,
you know.
but movies you can still see, of course. You got Tenet, New Mutants Unhinged, The Broken Hearts Gallery, Words on the Bathroom Walls, Bill and Ted Face the Music, and The Personal History of David Copperfield. So, I mean, I'm just still going to stay with Tenet at number 1 because it's got a lot of traction. Number 2, I think, will be New Mutants still. Number 3, Unhinged. Number 4, I think, is going to be The Broken Hearts Gallery. And number 5 will be that new movie, Infidel. So, who knows, man? Who really knows? It's a crazy time.
It's unpredictable, but at least there's movies.
Yeah.
I mean, we had
At
a
least
3 or
there
4
are.
month stretch where we didn't even have this segment.
I know.
So I mean, at least there's movies.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. Well, now heading over to IMDb Pro top trending segment. Oh man, we love this app. We literally use it every single day. I mean, we got casting notices out there. If you're an up-and-coming actor and or actress, be sure to find us on IMDb and submit your self-tape so we can work with you because we want to. We want to find undiscovered talent. I mean,
we work with you because we want to.
because we want to. And because you're a good fit.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my goodness.
And if you're not a good fit, if we don't pick you, try to win our contest where you can have a one-on-one hour session with a casting director
Exactly.
to make sure we pick you next time.
Exactly. It's so good, guys. It's so good. Worth the monthly price. Just download the app.
It's true.
Download the app. The top trending movie this week is Mulan.
No surprise.
No surprise. No surprise. The top trending TV show is The Boys.
No surprise.
This one, I'm seeing a lot of stuff on it on Twitter and stuff. A lot of people are talking about it. So
Apparently, it gets pretty intense this season.
Yeah.
As if the first season wasn't intense.
Right.
But I mean, like,
you know.
yeah.
And-
Billy Joel plays heavily in this season. Yeah, they like use his soundtrack throughout. And, I mean,
shit.
Billy even tweeted about it.
Yeah.
Like when you get Piano Man to tweet about it, you know the shit is good. So that's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Jeremy's all over it. He loves that.
Exactly. And the top trending TV, or the top trending star is Aaron Moriarty, who is in The Boys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it makes sense, guys. It makes sense. But, oh my goodness, it was a great show. Episode 130 was a great freaking show. We love you guys. Thank you so much for getting a little crazy with us on this Friday, right now. All these good things.
It's true.
Oh,
It's true.
my
How
goodness.
much did you love this show? As much as you loved
so
Chris
good.
Evans?
Oh, fuck you. You were just waiting on it. You were just waiting
Oh,
on
buddy.
it.
Just for weeks now, it's coming. It's
Oh,
just
God.
expect it.
Oh, God. Thank you again, Adam Irigoyen, for coming on the show.
Yes,
and
all serious.
talking about freaking Away and all your past stuff.
He's way more grown up than we are.
way more grown up. He's way more mature. So far ahead. Be sure to follow him, Adam Irigoyen, on Twitter and Instagram. I believe it's just his name. So
Yes.
be sure to follow the company at Crazy Ant Media and follow the podcast at ItCaf Podcast, where you can enter in the contest. Like we said, just follow the 5 accounts: Crazy Ant Media, ItCaf Podcast, Jeremy Gordon, JLo Fantastic, and Crazy Ant Guy 1970, and comment on the promotional post so that we know you are submitted.
Yes.
So all those good things, man. All those good things. And of course, I mean, that leads us to follow us both personally. Myself at JLo Fantastic and
Crazy Ant Guy, 1970.
that's right. And you guys know you can subscribe to this podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio. We're coming back for the video version next week, so be prepared for that.
Out of quarantine.
Yay!
Woo!
So super freaking excited, guys. I mean, I know you guys miss our faces. It's all good. It's all good.
It's true.
But you can listen to us everywhere. You guys know we're everywhere. And be sure to like and subscribe, do all those good things. Rate us, star us, all those good things.
Yes.
And be sure to visit our website, crazyantmedia.com, where you can click on the merchandise tab and start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear. Oh, honestly, I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Just it's all caught up. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I know though. I know. It was just all a diversion tactic
Whatever.
to get away from the Lily.
It was.
Lil Cam hates Lily.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's all good. Let's see. My favorite part. I'm all choked up.
I know.
I'm all choked up about Lily. My favorite part of the show, aside from the interview, all kidding aside, guys, I think just Adam is so far, above the game and wise beyond his years as his approach and everything. It was so fun to listen to that interview and his stories about the golf carts.
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff.
It's
Just
so
too funny,
good.
too funny. And of course, I'm a comic book geek, so all the Marvel and DC news, definitely had me pumped.
For sure.
And I'm not straying away from Lily. I'm thrilled that Lily Collins' show on Netflix, Emily in Paris, is coming.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Go you. You're a brave man.
I'm a brave man.
Oh my goodness. I really like talking about the Peacock and especially the Peacock streaming service and the deal that they're trying to make with Roku, because I mean, just trying to figure all that out. It's very interesting to me in the wake of the streaming wars, the streaming wieners.
They're making it really hard on
it's so bad.
Roku though.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, it's
why are they
it's
doing that?
why are they so stiff?
I don't know. They need to soften up a little
they
bit.
They just need to chill. They need to chill. Stop popping the blue stuff. I mean, they just need to soften up. Go a little flaccid. It's all good.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah, just don't come on me, but come on.
And for God's sakes, delete it off your phone.
Yeah, just stop. I mean, come on now. And I mean, honestly, I'm super, super pumped up about just everything. Just everything.
Just everything.
It was a great show. There was a lot of good stuff. But Bryan Cranston's judge show in New Orleans, that one's going to be super epic.
That's right.
And I mean, of course, and we've been calling it for weeks, the DC Universe thing with going to HBO Max. And I don't know, man. I think HBO Max is a huge competitor that not a lot of people are talking about right now.
I agree. I think, they have the matched content of Disney.
Yeah.
Because, you're talking about, nearly 100 years of Warner Brothers library of content.
Yeah.
Going up nearly 100 years of Disney's. So those are your two big boys, I think.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to challenge Netflix, it's going to be them. So
I agree, man.
exciting.
I agree.
What do you think the only O That Matters thought about Chris Evans' dick pic?
I don't even know.
Did she comment? Did Gail comment? I don't even.
Did they even know?
Oprah!